So we'll chant Om 3 times, followed by the invocation shlokas. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. We are starting chapter 3 of Gita, which is Karma Yoga. Chapter 3 starts with Arjuna's question. Now, we'll just briefly see the Arjuna's question first, and then we will do an analysis of what it means. Okay. So, Arjuna's question starts off saying that Jayasi chet karmaniste mata buddhir janardana tat kim karmani ghore ma niyojasi keshava. So, the question is simple. I'm a little bit confused based on what you said. Okay, what you're saying, because it appears to be that this Jnana Marga seems to be better. However, you are asking me to do this Ghora Karma. Ghora Karma means cruel or terrible. A terrible karma you're asking me to do. व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिर्मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहम् आप्नोम्यात्. So here, again, what he's saying is that I'm getting confused by what you're saying. Maybe it is he's not complaining that Krishna is the teaching is bad. He's saying that I'm getting confused with mixed up messages that I'm getting. So given that, give me one answer or one path that I can follow. So we'll look at these shlokas in detail later. So before we go there, right, let us quickly do a little bit of exercise. Okay, so if you have chapter 2, we'll go through some of these shlokas quickly. Okay, let us start with let's say the shloka number 12. Okay, where 12th shloka says, Natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janadipaha nachayvana bhavishyamaha sarve vayamata param. So in this shloka, what Bhagavan is saying is, see, look, Arjuna, all of these people are there. Look at me, I am here and you are here. None of us are, we were always there and will always be there in future. So that means, now from a simplistic perspective, whatever I do or I don't, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be there all the time. Okay? So what is the role of me doing anything? Nothing. I mean, what is the purpose of me doing anything? Because there's nothing to do. Okay? Because I'm going to be there all the time. Okay? Now, if I look at, and that is confirmed in verse 17, it says, Avinashatu tadvidhi yena sarvavidam tatam vinasham avyayasyasya na kaschit kartum arhati. So, whatever you're looking, none of them is going to be destroyed. Everything will be there all the time. And Veda Vinashanam Nityam, 21st verse, it says, Veda Vinashanam Nityam, Ena Majam Ajam Avyayam. Means it is unborn and it is imperishable. Katam Sah Purusha Partha, Kam Ghateti Hantikim, means who is the killer, who is killed, because there's nothing to kill, there's nobody to kill. Okay? So, because understand that everything, this Atma, this is Avinashi, meaning it is not going to be destroyed. So this is the nature of me. Okay? Try to follow the thought flow. Okay? Now, from an Arjuna's perspective, then, now he's saying to Arjuna in verse 33, Atachyatvam imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tata swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsasi. Atha, therefore, this dharma sangrama, this fight is there, this dharma yuddha is there. If you don't do this, you are not doing your dharma, hence you are going to do papa. You'll incur sin. So what is Bhagavan is saying? One side is saying that everything is going to be all the time. Okay, everything is going to be there. And then he's saying, there's no killer, there's nothing to kill. And he's telling, if you don't fight, you're going to incur sin. Okay? Then he said in 37, I'm picking here and there, okay? Atova prapse swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmad uttishta kaunte yuddha kutanishya. He's telling, if you die, you'll get swarga. If you live, if you win, you'll enjoy right here. Therefore, get up, Arjuna, and fight. Sukha dukhe samyak krutva labha labho jaya jo. Next sloka. Tato yuddhaya josva naivam papam avapsasi. Sukha and dukkha, make them equal. Don't worry about labha alabha, meaning gains or losses. Whether you're victory or failure, don't worry. Fight. When you fight like that, you are not going to incur sin. And even the most famous sloka, when it comes, 47, Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahetu bhuhu ma te sangostu akarmani. Not only he says, you have right only on action, not on the result. At the same time, don't do akarma. Akarma means not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? You cannot do that either. So, like this, he is asking Arjuna to fight, meaning perform the action that he needs to do. And then, now, when Arjuna asks, who is the Sita Prajna, from 55, verses 55 to 72, meaning like at the end of the chapter, he described the nature of Sita Prajna, or a jnani. In this, not a single word you will see, kuru means do. Okay? He never used the word kuru once. Okay? And this Purusha, this jnani, is just there on his own. Okay? What is Sita Prajna? he is not. Yah sarvatra nabhisneha tat prapya shubha shubham na abhinandanti na dveshti tasya prajna pratisthita. Meaning, he is friendly to all. He doesn't care about shubha or ashubha, meaning good or bad. He doesn't like any, he doesn't praise anything. He doesn't hate anyone. That is Sita Prajna. He dukkheshu anudvignamanaha sukeshu vigata spruha, meaning in case of anything sad thing happened, he is not disturbed. In case of happiness, he is not disturbed. He is free from likes and dislikes. He is free from fear. He is free from anger. Such a person is Sthita Prajna. So, in all the qualities of Sthita Prajna that are said, not a single word, not a single place where it is said that the Sthita Prajna is doing something or other. You will not find a single line about it throughout the description of Sthita Prajna. Okay?
About doing your obligatory duties and other duties, doesn't he mention that?
That one was not mentioned in terms of Sthita Prajna, no. He mentioned only when he's talking about Karma Yoga, he mentioned that Arjuna, you should do Karma Yoga. Arjuna, you should do Karma Yoga. That's what he's saying. And he said the most knowledge is, the highest knowledge is that Atma is never going to die. Okay? So, where it kind of invalidates the role of doing any action. So now you see that why I'm saying this is that you see from Arjuna's perspective. Okay? One side, Bhagavan praised the highest knowledge is knowledge of Atma, where nothing is there to be done. Okay? There's no killer, there's nothing killed. And Sthita Prajna, not doing anything. Arjuna, you do something. So, this, okay, so now this is a kind of a challenge, right? Because you are glorifying this Sankhya Yoga and you are asking Arjuna to perform Karma Yoga. So, how does these two reconcile? Okay, so that is the question that Arjuna is having. Okay. So, what is the missing link? Okay. Now, that missing link between these two are not understood by Arjuna because this is his first exposure to Vedanta. Whereas for us, we have attended a lot of classes since so many years on Bhagavad Gita, on other things. So we know the answer, right? Because we studied Gita multiple times before. So what is the answer?
Parmarthik versus Vyavaharik, yeah.
Okay. So what is the answer is, it's not Paramarthika versus Vyavaharika, your Adhikaratva. Okay. What is your Adhikaratva means? What are you pre-qualified for? Okay. Where do you stand in your spiritual journey? Now, for someone to, there are certain pre-qualifications for anything. Okay. So, what is your pre-qualification? Based on that, a right path is given. Okay. If I want to do medicine and I have dropped out of high school and I want to do medicine, what is my what do I need to do versus someone who is in college, what do they need to do medicine? For someone who is in college, they need to take certain science-related subjects. They need to write MCAT or some kind of a test, medical entrance examination. Okay. For someone who dropped out of high school, what do they need to do? First, they need to write GED and pass the high school. And then they need to get admission into college. Once they get into admission into college, then those requirements for college students are applicable for them. Until then, writing MCAT or anything like that doesn't make any sense for them. So, the adhikaratva, the pre-qualification is what is differentiates from one person to another person. Okay, so the goal is same. It's not like the goal is different. It is where you are differentiates how you want to get to the your destination. So, for example, if you want to go to New York City, you're all in Massachusetts or New Hampshire. So, what is the main highway to get to New York City is Route 95, I-95. You all need to take I-95 south. But on the other hand, if I need to get to New York City, either from Washington, D.C. or from Florida, all the way from Florida, I cannot take I-95 south. I should take I-95 north. So, the path, the destination is same for you and me, but the path that we are taking is different, apparently different, depending upon where we stand from. Okay? So, that is so here when Bhagavan has given these two things, okay, what happened is that understand that both Karma Yoga, which Bhagavan is asking Arjuna to do, as well as Jnana Yoga, they both are not two different paths, but two different stages on the same spiritual journey. Okay? Now, for someone to walk in the path of Jnana Marga, they should have certain pre-qualifications. What is that? Purity of mind should be there. Agitation of mind. So purity of mind means what? Chitta Shuddhi in Sanskrit. Purity of mind, Chitta Shuddhi means what? Mind is pure means there is no rajas, there is no tamas. How would you know that there is no rajas or tamas? There is no agitation in mind. There is no sorrow in mind. The mind is cheerful. The mind wants to learn. The mind wants to revel in the nature of Brahman. That is when the mind is pure. So that is what you call Chitta Shuddhi. When there is a Chitta Shuddhi, someone can abide in Jnana. Now, just before Bhagavan started giving the knowledge to Arjuna, what was the state of Arjuna's mind? What was the chapter name before chapter 2?
He was confused.
Vishada
He was psychotic almost.
Yeah,
He
he was
didn't know.
psychotic. The chapter name itself is Vishada Yoga. That means he's full of grief. When he is full of grief, when he is full of delusion, so that means that he has a lot of tamas, and rajas was overpowering him, at least temporarily. When someone's mind is overpowered with rajas and tamas, that means that they don't have chitta shuddhi. When they don't have chitta shuddhi, then they are not ready for Brahma Vidya. Then what do they need to do? They have to perform karma. That is why Bhagavan is telling him, Arjuna, you should do karma yoga. Arjuna, you should do karma yoga. Okay? Why does karma yoga, what does karma yoga do? What is karma yoga? Performing
selfless service and dedicated to God. Whatever you do is done for the God, for Lord's and devotion with love and devotion to God. That's what it is.
First, you need to do duties only. right? All your duties only you have to perform, nothing other than duties. And then you should not expect any results. And then you're performing everything for the sake of God. And whatever results come, you take as God's prasada. So when you do all this, what happens to your likes and dislikes?
Melts away.
They
Next.
slowly melt away. When all those likes and dislikes are melted away, then would there be any agitation in mind? Because all the agitation,
As long as there's no desire and attachment, if you can eliminate those two, you are free. You
Yeah.
don't. You will be much more at equipoise at that point. Yeah.
yeah. So at that time, what happened is that there's a clarity in, there's a purity in mind simply because all the agitations are based upon whether my desire is going to be fulfilled or not. Or the things that I like may happen, which may get me into more trouble. These are the things that will create agitation, right? So those kind of agitations are gone. And when there is no agitation, there is no delusion or anything like that, right? So that time, when the mind is pure sattva, that is when Brahma Vidya can be learned. So Karma Yoga is leading one to have Chitta Shuddhi. So Karma Yoga is preparing a person to gain the Vedantic knowledge properly. What happens if there is no Chitta Shuddhi and we get to Vedanta? We do get to Vedanta. Yes. We do Shravana. Yes. We understand what Brahman is. Yes. Through Shravana. We also do some kind of a manana about, this is Brahman, this is Brahman, this is Jiva. I understand this is Jiva, this is Maya. All of that I understood. But when it comes to Nididhyasana, when it comes to abiding in that, it is not possible. Abidance in the truth is not possible. Why? This abidance has to be happening single-pointedly. And when you are trying to abide in this single-pointed truth, all our ragadveshas come out and they distract us and they push us out of this abidance. So, without Chitta Shuddhi, we cannot abide. Okay? So, this is the challenge. So, in fact, our Upanishads, say for example, there is a Upanishad which is focused on, there are so many Upanishads, we know like 10 Upanishads that are popular ones on which Bhagwan Shankaracharya and Bhagwan Vedavyasa have written commentaries. So they're called as major Upanishads, right? But there are several other minor Upanishads. Minor Upanishads means they're not minor in nature. It simply means that Vedavyasa did not write commentary on them. And because Vedavyasa did not write commentary,
Shankaracharya.
Vedavyasa first wrote commentary on them as Brahma Sutras, part of Brahma Sutras.
Yeah, Brahma Sutras, yes.
Yeah. So, but his commentary is basically like Brahma Sutras were the commentary of Vedavyasa, right? So, because he did not write, he did not refer to these other Upanishads, Shankaracharya did not write any commentary either on these Upanishads. So as a result, what happened? These are considered minor Upanishads. It doesn't mean that they are any less in knowledge. So one such Upanishad is called as Narada Parivrajaka Upanishad. This Narada Parivrajaka Upanishad primarily talks about sannyasa. And this one says that whoever, okay, whenever a person developed vairagya, they should take sannyasa. If you have developed vairagya, you should take sannyasa. If not, there is no growth, spiritual growth, and in fact, you'll fall down because you never know when again you'll gain attachment to objects in your leading the material life. So what it says is that as soon as you gain proper vairagya, you should take sannyasa. But also it says in the same, uh, in the very next mantra, it says, if you did not gain vairagya, you should not take sannyasa to stay at home. In case if you take sannyasa, you will actually go to hell. That's what it says. It says that you will go to naraka. Why did it say that? Think about this way, right? You are a spiritual seeker and you are in your grihastha ashrama. Okay, we are all in our grihastha ashrama, and suddenly the mind pulled somehow, and you end up going taking other spiritual pursuits. Okay, so that means that you indulge in having some spirits. Okay, well, is it a bad thing? Yes. Yes, drinking alcohol is a bad thing. But you are a grihastha, so you did drink alcohol today, you feel bad, and you said like, okay, no, I should not be doing this, and you correct yourself, and you again get up and you start walking the path of spirituality again from next day onwards. Yes, it is a setback to you, but it is not a end of the world. Now, on the other hand, imagine a sannyasi who is wearing kashaya robes, saffron robes. Suddenly he wants to drink alcohol and starts drinking alcohol. That's a bad thing, right? That is a strict no-no, because as a sannyasi, he should not indulge in any of those. A sannyasi means that he has already conquered all his worldly desires, and he is only wearing even clothes for the sake of the world. Okay, such a person should not devolve. Okay, and that is a huge devolution, and it is a fall from grace. Okay? So, if certain desires like that are there, you are not ready for sannyasa, and you bring bad name for sannyasa. Unfortunately, there are too many sannyasis in current world, where I was reading a few days ago that someone said that, oh, someone who wears saffron clothes said that, oh, I got caught with marijuana, but that is so little quantity, so the police let me go, so it's not an issue. Something like that. So no, that is not acceptable by our scriptures. Okay, so the point is that no matter what, that chitta shuddhi should be there. Unless that chitta shuddhi is there, okay, we cannot move to the next step. Now, even within sannyasa, there are two types of sannyasas out there. One is called Vidvat sannyasa. Vidvat sannyasa means someone actually gained Brahma Jnana and then he took sannyasa because he just want to abide in that jnana. So, an example of this such person in recent years is someone like Tapovan Maharaj. Tapovan Maharaj is Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayanandaji's master. He was born he was born with jnana, okay, and at a very young age, he decided that he becomes sannyasi. He took the sannyasa, and there was no need for him to learn or anything like that. He just needed to abide in that truth. Now, on the other hand, there are other people who have gained enough chitta shuddhi, but they are not there yet and they needed knowledge. So they take sannyasa to gain the knowledge. Okay. And when they are taking this sannyasa, their purpose is to gain the knowledge alone and nothing but gaining knowledge. This sannyasa is called as either vidhivat sannyasa or vividhisha sannyasa. So our Puja Gurudev is one such example. When he took sannyasa, he is not a Jivan Mukta, but later on he became a Jivan Mukta. Okay. So these are the two types of sannyasas are there. So now
Vidvat,
Vidvat,
Vidisha.
Vidhisha. So now in chapter 2, when we saw the Lakshana of Sthita Prajna, they are all the qualities of a Vidvat Sannyasi. Okay? Vidvat Sannyasi. So if you want to map the spiritual path, we should start with Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga will give Chitta Shuddhi. The result of Karma Yoga is Chitta Shuddhi. At that point, after Chitta Shuddhi, you have two paths. Okay? You have two paths. Path number 1 is stay in Grihasthashram. While you're in Grihasthashram, when you have Chitta Shuddhi, Bhagavan will ensure that we will have a path for Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana. While you're sitting at your home, Bhagavan will send a guru, a master, okay, who is a Brahmagnani, who is a realized Mahatma, okay, such as Puja Gurudev, okay, may not be in person, maybe in form of YouTube lectures, who knows, okay, but a Jivan Mukta Mahatma, that is the job of Bhagwan, okay, he is going to send. And with that Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, you already had Karma Phalatyaga because Chitta Shuddhi comes because of Karma Yoga, which is Karma Phalatyaga. Okay? And through that, you will be established in liberation. Now, one such example is from our scriptures is King Janaka Maharaja. Okay? Now, this is path number 1. I mentioned, right? Karma Yoga, I said, leads to Chitta Shuddhi, and at that time, the second path is you take Vividhisha Sannyasa. Okay? Now, that Vividhisha Sannyasa, at that time, what they do is they do Sarva Karma Sannyasa, meaning they're not indulged in any other work other than Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Then, as they are doing the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, eventually they will gain Jnana, Tattva Jnana. Okay? When that Tattva Jnana happens, they become Vidvat Sannyasi. Okay? So, this is the path. So, now Arjuna's question is, why can't I be Vidvat Sannyasi? Okay? That is his question based upon the message that Bhagavan has given in chapter 2. Okay? I'll pause here to see if you have any questions. I know, like I gave, we did a little bit upside down today, just so you understand the nature of Arjuna's question before we actually read his question. Any questions based on what you heard so far?
Very nice explanation, actually. Leading up to this.
So I'll break down the words of the first verse. Okay. Arjuna Uvacha. Okay. Jayasi. Chet Karmanaste. That one has three words in that. Chet Karmanaha Te. Chet Karmanaha Te becomes Chet Karmanaste. Mata Buddhir Janardana. That has got two words. Buddhihi and Janardana. Together has become, they became Buddhir Janardana. Tat Kim, it has got two words again, even Tat and Kim became Tat Kim, Karmani, Ghore, Niyojayasi. It's a single word. Niyojayasi, Keshava. Okay, so this is the breakdown. So one of you go off mute and repeat after me. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Mata Janardana
Tat Kim Karmani Ghore Mam
Tatkim Karmani
कर्मणि घोरे माम्
Niyojayasi Keshava.
नियोजयसि केशव.
So Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna, so Uvacha means said. Uvacha could also mean asked. Both of them are valid. Okay, so here in this particular context, Arjuna started asking. He said Janardana. Okay. So Janardana means who? Lord Krishna is Janardana. Okay. Why do you call him as Janardana? So one who Janam Ardayati iti Janardana. So that means one who kills. Actually, Janardana, Lord Krishna got the name Janardana from a Purana perspective because he killed a Rakshasa named Jana. Okay. Now, the etymological meaning though is one who kills Janam is Janardana. Now, Janam means people. Okay. So he is killing people and hence he is called as Janardana. That's how it can be understood, but it's kind of a misunderstanding. Okay.
You say Janam or Jana? You say Janam, right?
Janam.
Janam.
Yeah. So from etymologically, see, every word has got etymological description, right? Etymology means how the word is formed. So Janam Ardayati iti Janardana is that. So that means Janam Ardayati means one who kills. Okay. Killing of Janam. Okay. One who does the killing of Janam is Janardana. Okay. Now, however, Janam typically in Sanskrit, when it is translated into other languages, Janam also represents people.
Okay. Because in Gujarati, Janam stands for birth.
Birth. Janam, that's another Janam, which is a Sanskrit Janam.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a Hindi word too. It's a common Janam.
Yes. So the Janam, actually what happened is that is a Vikruti or like a bad formation of Janma. Okay. Janma, when it doesn't roll through tongue properly, the Janma became Janam. Okay. So that's how it is a Rupantara. Rupantara meaning a malformation that happened over a period of time, and Janam has become, instead of Janma. Janma has turned into Janam. Okay. So, but actually, Janma, if you take the Janma, right, when he is destroying the Lord Krishna, when he is the destroyer of Janma itself, birth itself, meaning what? One who destroys the cycle of birth and death is Janardhana. Okay. So, why is this important is that from our learning perspective, the teacher here is one who is removing our future births. Okay, one who is lifting us out of samsara. Okay? So that Janardhana, okay, so that Guru is telling, what is he saying? I mean, he's asking that Guru, what he's asking? Jayasi karmanaha buddhi, okay, te matah chet, okay, te mataha, te means your, mataha means opinion, okay. In your opinion, chet, if jayasi means higher than karma is buddhi, meaning higher than karma yoga is this buddhi yoga, okay, this jnana yoga is higher than karma. Kim mam ghore karmani niyojasi? Why are you then asking me to do ghora karma? Ghora is terrible. Now, why is he saying it is a ghora karma, whatever he's about to do? Because in this fight, he is going to fight his own family. So he is likely to kill his own family members. So hence it is a ghora karma. Now, the thing is that if it is ghora karma, the word itself is telling that there is a particular karmas are good in our opinion and certain karmas are bad. Right? In Arjuna's opinion. Yes? So, that means what? There are idea of sukha and dukkha did not go away. The idea of raga dvesha did not go away. Okay? So, what is it? By default, right in his question, there is an answer that he is not fit for buddhi yoga or jnana yoga. Okay? So, that is the question. Jayasi chat karmanaste mata buddhir janadhana tat karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. Then he continued saying, I'll break down the verse number 2. Vyamishreneva. So, Vyamishreneva has got 2 words. Vyamishrena iva. Okay? Vyamishrena and iva together became Vyamishreneva. Vakyena buddhim mohayasiva. Again, this mohayasiva has got 2 words. Mohayasi and iva. So there are 2 ivas in this line itself. Vyamishrena iva, mohayati iva. Me. Tadekam. Tadekam has got 2 words. Tat and ekam. Vada. Nischitya. Only that's 1 word. Yena. Shreyoha mapnuyam. So, Shreyoha mapnuyam. This one has got 3 words in there. Shreyaha aham apnuyam. Shreyaha aham apnuyam. Together became Shreyoha mapnuyam. Okay. So, one of you please go off mute and repeat after me. व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन
व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन
बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे
बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे
तदेकं वद निश्चित्य
तदेकं वद
वद निश्चित्य
येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्.
येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्.
Okay. So now he's saying Vyamishrena Vakyena Iva Me Buddhim Mohayasi Iva. So now Iva means as if. Okay. As if means it appears as if. So Vyamishrena Vakyena Me Buddhim Mohayasi. If you take off Iva, right? Then what happens? The sentence would say, your teaching is mixed up and it is confusing. Your teaching is mixed up and confusing means what? Teacher, you don't know how to teach. Okay? But what he said is, Vyamishrena Vakyena Iva Me Buddhi Mohayasi Iva. That means it appears as if your teaching is mixed up for me. It appears as if your teaching is confusing to me. So then where is the problem? Teacher, hey teacher, you are saying right, but there are some gaps in my understanding because of which I am getting confused. So that's what he's saying. So that means what? The student, Arjuna, has complete faith in Lord Krishna. He knows Lord Krishna cannot teach anything incorrectly or wrongly. Okay? Whatever he did not understand, it is because of his own gaps. So he is asking respectfully Lord Krishna to fill in those gaps. Okay? So that is the humility of Arjuna. Okay? Mishrena means mixed. Okay? Mixture. Okay? Vakyena. Okay? Iva buddhi mohayasi. Mohayasi means deluded, means confused in this particular case. Okay? I'm confused. Tat ekam. Therefore, only one. Okay? Vada, tell me. Nischitya, with confidence. Yena, okay, by which Shreyaha. Shreyaha means whatever is good. Aham, for me. Okay, whatever is good for me, you tell me. So what is he saying? If I tell that if I keep two sweets in front of you and say, this particular sweet is the best sweet, it is the rarest of rarest, okay, it is the most expensive, okay, and it is very healthy also, it doesn't increase sugar, and then there is no sugar substitutes also in this, which will have other kind of problems, nothing like that is there. But you eat this jalebi.
What?
Jalebi.
Oh,
Okay, okay, which is in the other hand, which is very common, cheap, available everywhere. So that is confusing because you glorified one thing. So that means that when you glorify something, you expect me to follow that.
yeah.
Or you are saying glorifying something and you're asking me to stay away from this and go to another thing. So that is why it is not making sense. So please tell me one, okay? And you decide, okay? And you decide what is that one thing to say and tell me that one alone. And what is the one that you need to tell me? Yena Shreyaha Aham Apnuyam. Okay? Whatever is absolute best for me, okay, that you tell me. Okay? Not anything else. Okay? Because you could be telling what is right for that person, this person, that person, etc. Okay, but for me, what is right? You tell me that. Okay, so this has this is what is the what you call as, for every chapter there is something called bija. Bija means seed. Okay, so in so every chapter has got a seed. So now Karma Yoga is being taught. The third chapter name is Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is being taught. Now, why is Karma Yoga taught now? Okay, that is based upon these two questions. Now, in Bhagavad Gita, what you see is some chapters begin with Arjuna's questions. Some chapters beginning, there are no questions. But Lord Krishna gives a starts. I mean, like every chapter is slightly different, right? And it is going to have a new topic. Every chapter is a new topic. Now, when there is a new topic, why did Krishna started talking about this new topic? Because now let us say chapter 4, when you see, there is no Arjuna's question in the beginning. Okay. Now, chapter 5 has Arjuna's question. Okay. And in Sannyasa Yoga. And then in chapter 6, again, there's no Arjuna's question, but Bhagavan has started talking about a different topic. So what is happening is every time there's a new chapter or a new topic is given, that means either there's a question preceding, and if there is no question, the root for this chapter is formed in the last shloka or last couple of shlokas of previous chapter. And whatever that root or that bija means seed, whatever that seed is planted, that seed is expanded as next topic in the next chapter. Okay, so here these two questions, I mean these two shlokas from Arjuna has been the root because of which Lord Krishna started talking. And he's giving the discourse on Karma Yoga. Okay. And we'll see the question, on the, we'll chant the shloka today, and then we will go through the detailed meaning in the next session. Okay. So I'll break down the words. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So Shri Bhagavan and Uvacha together becomes Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Lokesmin, Loke Asmin together becomes Lokesmin Dvividha Nishtha Pura Prokta Mayanagha. Yes, only Mayanagha has got two words, Maya and Anagha. Jnana Yogena. There are two words in there, Jnana and Yogena. Sankhyanam Karma Yogena, again Karma and Yogena, Yogina. So they're relatively simple words all over. Okay. So please repeat after me. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha
Lokesmin Dvividha Nishtha.
Lokesmin
विविधा
vividha
निष्ठा
Pura Prokta Mayanagha.
पुरा प्रोक्तमया नघ
Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam.
ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानाम्
Karma Yogena Yoginam.
कर्मयोगेन योगिना.
So the direct translation is, simple translation is like this. In this loka, there is a twofold path is there. For people who, one is Jnana Yoga and other is Karma Yoga. Okay. One who are knowledgeable people, they will follow Jnana Yoga. One who are learning to be knowledge, one who is practicing just now, they will follow Karma Yoga. That's a simple way. Okay. Now in this one, the interesting word is Vividha Nishtha. This is an interesting word. Okay. Why is it interesting is Dvividha means two types. Nishtha. So when there are two, okay, so if you say two types, do you say two types of mango or do you say two types of mangoes?
Mangoes.
Mangoes.
Of mangoes. Now here, Nishtha is singular as opposed to plural or dual. Okay. So because Nishtha dual is Nishthe, I believe. Okay. But here Bhagwan has used Dvividha Nishtha. So that means what is that these two types are not two different Nishthas, but it's only one Nishtha with two stages. So this Dvividha should be understood as two stages, as stage 1 and stage 2, as opposed to two different paths or two different kind of abidances. Okay, so that is what one of the takeaways. Okay, so I'll pause here to see if there are any questions or any comments or insights, and then we will go to, we'll conclude today, and then we will meet in 2 weeks.
He uses the word Keshava, which also refers to Lord Krishna, right? What
Yes.
does Keshava mean?
Okay.
Does it have some special meaning?
Yes. Every word has got every word has got different meaning. So Keshava is simple meaning is that one who has, it has got two meanings. Okay. One is one who has long hair. Okay. And so Lord Krishna has got long hair, beautiful hair. So that is Keshava, because Kesha is one.
Yes.
And then also the other meaning is that Lord Krishna has killed a demon, okay, a Rakshasa. Okay. And that Rakshasa's name is Keshi. Okay. And because of that, because he has killed Keshi, demon Keshi, a Rakshasa Keshi, he's called as Keshava also. But from the Vedanta perspective, Keshava means that Isha, Ka Isha, okay, Ka is this creation, okay, this creation, and Isha means Lord. Okay, Lord means Ishvara, so he is the Ishvara of this creation is Keshava. Okay, does that make sense?
Sure.
You said Dvivija, right? What are those two states you're talking about?
Dvividha. One is Karma Yoga, other is Sankhya Yoga.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, the short explanation is that before you proceed to the path of knowledge, you have to purify your mind to get there, as you said in the beginning. So at the end, he says they're both complementary. I think they are, both lead to the ultimate destination, but they complement each other.
Yeah. So, Swami Bodhatmananda ji had a very good analogy regarding this. About the analogy he used is from football. Okay.
The soccer one or not?
The American football. The American football.
American football. Okay, good.
Okay. So he said something like this. For some people, okay, when we don't have understanding of, when we don't have Chitta Shuddhi, okay, and we start learning Vedanta, it is like what is the term? The guy who runs with the ball.
Running back.
Running back. Okay. So you are like a running back. You make 2 steps and you fall down. You make 2 more yards and you fall down. 2 more yards and you fall down. Like that you are going.
Come
Okay.
on.
The one who did Karma Yoga thoroughly, for him, it is like the quarterback has thrown a long pass and he caught near the touchdown, right? Okay. And he caught and then he just ran like another 2 or 3 feet and there you go. Yeah, he is there. Okay. So the importance of Karma Yoga versus learning Vedanta before performing Karma Yoga, this is how it is. So we are like the running back. We run for 2 yards and we fall down. And sometimes we are even pulled back and then we fall down and we get up
We
and
lose our yardage, yeah, we can be back.
so that is our state. Again, but again, the thing though is that even this helps because what happens is that as we are learning Vedanta, our outlook in the world changes, the way we perform our work changes, the expectations change, right? So this way, what happens is that even the learning of Vedanta is helping us to change the way we work, change the way we interact with each other, etc. And hence it helps. Okay, we do make progress, but our progress is not similar to the one who has performed Karma Yoga to their best. Okay, so don't lose hope. This is good. We continue to do study Vedanta and bring the essence of Vedanta into our work life, into our personal life on day in, day out. And that's how we start purifying our mind. And we also try to dwell in Bhagwan as much as we can.
It's also possible, right? We did karma yoga in our past births, so hence we are doing this.
Yes. So in Narada Bhakti Sutra says that Narada says that the satsanga is itself is a result of a lot of punya. Satsanga with a Mahan Bhava, okay, a sage, and that one satsanga can change a person, right? So, for example, think about Valmiki, one satsanga with Narada, right? He was a Ratnakara, he was a killer of so many people, and yet with one satsanga, he became sage Narada. Sorry, sage. Sorry, Valmiki, right? So yeah, so the power of satsanga is very great, and that itself is a result of lot of punya. Okay. We'll conclude.
Sure.
Oh. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ओम श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम
Hari Om, everybody.